start, but they've got Dickens a long way to go. A stretch 4 miles in and 27 fences to jump, and Scottby jumps out in the lead. Shares the early with Young Kenny and Camelot Knight. The inside, these are 1, 2 and 3. And then Full of Oats on the last waltz from Farfadet, followed by Hollybank, Buck, Forest Ivory, Clever Remark. Then Prime Example, the inside of Mr. Boston, and Tell the Nipper. They're at the first. Peter follows. Pariah and Bright Destiny are the back markers. Head down towards fence number 2, and it's Camelot Knight who whizzes through on the inside. A plain fence here. Camelot Knight the inside of Scottby the grey out wide. They're all safely over the second. Pariah still last. The next one they have to take is an open ditch, and sitting out wide on the course we have the grey Scottby in company with Full of Oats. They're 1 and 2. On the inside is Camelot Knight. And then behind these is Farfadet as they take the first ditch, where Prime Example was up in the air a little bit. Head down towards the fourth then. Young Kenny, Scottby and Full of Oats, the three who share the lead. They'll be in the air virtually together. Joined on the inside by Camelot Knight, they're all over 4. Hollybank Bunk travels 5. Then we've got Forest Ivory in 6, and the next wall showing 7. Tell the Nipper the inside of Mr. Boston, and then Peter, and then Prime Example as they cross the 5th, over which it was Full of Oats that led. And a little change in the order as they begin the turn out of the back straight. The first half mile completed in this Stackers Casino Scottish National. They'll jump 5 in the Scottish National. So it's Full of Oats, the leader, by about a length, to sitting in second place on the inside Camelot Knight. Scottby and Young Kenny close up, followed by the Irish runner Hollybank Buck the outside of Tell the Nipper, and then we have the next waltz with Prime Example going the shortest way as they take fence 6, a plain one. Again, those front 4 were still in the air together. Mr. Boston is at the back. The favourite Young Kenny is in the yellow cap on the outside. Clever Remark goes at 7 to 1, and he's rear of the main group. Clever Remark touches down now. The back marker is Mr. Boston as they come down towards fence number 8. This is a ditch, and coming into it we have Full of Oats, who's regained the lead again. Just has it to Young Kenny, and Hollybank Bunk, and out wide Peter has made a stride or 2. Tell the Nipper's getting reminders on the inner with Anthony McCoy. On the inside of Camelot Knight, Hollybank Buck's still midfield. Scottby shuffled down the pack a little bit as they take the 9th, over which it was Full of Oats that led. The order then with 2 circuits to go, more on 4. Full of Oats, Young Kenny 1 and 2. Tell the Nipper, Camelot Knight 3 and 4. Peter 5. Hollybank Buck the next waltz, and Prime Example, and Scottby and Clever Remark, and Farfadet and Bright Destiny, and ridden along. What a hard ride. Forest Ivory, then Pariah, and the old boy Mr. Boston is the back marker, pops out the back. Still that line of 3. Tony McCoy's got a great run through on Tell the Nipper to share the lead as they race away to their point of departure. Left hand down, chaps down the back run, and it's Tell the Nipper the inside of Full of Oats. Young Kenny is out wide, the black jacket Peter showing 4. On the inside Camelot Knight, then Hollybank Bunk, and after that one Prime Example. Scottby, Richard Dunwoody now is wide on that one behind the next waltz as they level up down the back straight. The softer ground on the track they encounter now. Full of Oats probably still just has the edge. Tell the Nipper on the inside. The Young Kenny, the favourite, has never been out of the 3. They rise at the 9th, and they're all in the air together virtually. All jumped it well. Mr. Boston slowly at the back of the pack. Peter in 4, then Hollybank Bunk 5, and then comes Camelot Knight, followed by the next waltz. After the next waltz is Prime Example, and then Scottby sitting in the field. After that is Forest Ivory, followed by Bright Destiny, and Pariah and Farfadet and Clever Remark, and Mr. Boston is well out of it. The next one they take is a ditch, and they come into it now, over which it was Tell the Nipper on the inside. Prime Example a bit iffy midfield. Farfadet ridden along at the back of the pack now. Is Richard Johnson's working hard on Forest Ivory midfield. Young Kenny, a bit of a semblance of a mistake there. Mark you, a small criticism to level at a giant horse. It's on the inside, Full of Oats leading, heading towards fence number 14 there. It's Full of Oats the inside, Hollybank Buck whizzing through on the inner of Young Kenny, and then Tell the Nipper. Then we have Peter in the next waltz and Prime Example. Scottby gets reminded with on the inside Camelot Knight still very quiet. Then Pariah starts a bit of a run. Bright Destiny is behind these, and they begin the turn out of the back straight, heading towards fence number 15. About at the halfway stage, then past the 2-mile start, and on the inner it's Full of Oats the inside of Young Kenny 1 and 2. Then we have showing into third Hollybank Buck. They're 1, 2 and 3. Fourth on the inside is the next waltz, and then Camelot Knight until the Nipper gets another go at the leaders. Scotby behind these, Peter having been up there early on, Mr. Boston continuing, but a fence behind the leaders who were in the air together there, and that's young Kenny on the outside of, on the inner, Hollybank, Buck and Full of Oats there, 1, 2 and 3 still, with Tell the Nipper racing in 4. After these comes the next waltz in 5. That's an open ditch they take. Camelot Knight is finding it all a bit much, and Bright Destiny is at the back of the main pack. Mr. Boston is out of it. He's being pulled up. This will be the last next time round. Fence number 18 confronts them now. Full of Oats. What a bold front-running lead from him. Young Kenny, the favourite, sits second. Then in third is Hollybank Buck. That's the order as they pass its post with a circuit to go. Till the Nipper is running in 4. A closing 5 is the Scottish Challenger. The next waltz, Scotby follows, then Pariah, then Clever Remark. Chris Morder's been quiet on that one, but makes his move with a lap to go. Peter gets reminders. Farfadet, Forest Ivory, prime example. Camelot Knight and Bright Destiny is surely out of it. So they head away towards fence 19, the last lap of this Scottish Casinos Grand National, and so they begin the turn out towards the back straight, and the favourite is leading the field, chaps.
Yes, he's made a semblance of one mistake. Full of Oats actually in the lead, running a tremendous race for Robert Widger. Hollybank Buck are sitting off them as they do the work. Chris Maud stealing through the field on Clever Remark. But John, you think Full of Oats is going to be in the 3 whatever happens?
Well, he seems to have settled into a rhythm, both jumping and galloping, and quite a few of those behind him. They've just been struggling to go the pace and handle the ground and also jump fluidly out of it. The 3 or 4 that are doing that are all up there in the van now. Maybe they'll tire, but very often in these races, once you get into that rhythm, then, or if you get out of it, it's very difficult to get back in it.
And Full of Oats got out of it there, but can he get back in it? He's in third place. Into a closing 4 is the Scottish one in the next waltz, followed by Tell the Nipper, but it's going to be young Kenny that leads. The last time a favourite won the Scottish National was Red Rum, and it's young Kenny, the top weight, and the favourite, the best horse in the race. And tailing out the back, Peter has been pulled up, and Pariah has been pulled up. Bright Destiny continuing, but tailed off. But they head, the leaders at least, they're really stretching the field now. Some very weary horses indeed. Forest Ivory is a fence behind the leader, young Kenny, the top weight. Rated a top horse by trainer Peter Beaumont, comes to take that. Last on the far side, Irish runner is Hollybank Buck. They won the Martel last week with Bobby Joe. He tries to get going on Hollybank Buck. There's Norman Williamson. Back in third is Full of Oats. And then we've got the next wall, so it's young Kenny under Brendan Powell. He could have ridden Scotby in the race, usually does that. Gray is out of it, he's well tailed off, but up front it's a power performer here in the go zone as they come down towards the 4th from home, the top weight, young Kennedy. What a bold jump, but Hollybank Buck is closing well. Back into third place is Full of Oats. They come down towards the third last, and it's young Kenny in the colours of Mr. Gareth Reid on this homebred horse. Young Kenny pops over it well. Hollybank Buck is in second place. Full of Oats is in third, with Clever Remark, who might get placed. Just 2 to jump in the Scottish National. The top weight, young Kenny, comes to take it well. Irish in second place. Hollybank Buck back in third. Clever Remark and Full of Oats are really battling hard. But what a power performer. The favourite clear at the last in the National. They come to take it now. It's young Kenny. He takes it spring heel. What a really good horse he is as they race inside the last 150 yards. It's young Kenny. Brendan Powell won the race before, so he can hear the cheers ringing in his ears. So can young Kenny. The winner. Second horse home is Hollybank Buck. Third, and a brave performance by Full of Oats. Clever Remark finishes. So too does Farfadet and the next waltz. And also very much in his own time, Camelot Knight. 2 tailed off horses competing are Forest Ivory and Bright Destiny. And so the result then of this, the Stackers Casino Scottish National, a handshake and a pat on the neck by this really good horse, young Kenny. Watch, he's won the Midlands now, he's won the Scottish, could be the real thing at Aintree in the Millennium for the top weight here, young Kenny. The colours of Mr. Gareth Reid, trained at Bransby by Peter Beaumont, who's had Jadami through his hands. He's had good horses before and has rated this horse as good as any. Brendan Powell's won the Scottish National for the 2nd time on a really brave, tough, staying horse. He's spring-heeled at that final fence, but he comes home to beat a good run by the 2nd, Hollybank Buck. Third was number 6, which was full of Oats. And if you back the fourth horse home, that's clever remark. Clever if you paid, only 15 run. Brendan looks round, just has to show the whip to young Kenny, a top-class performance.
The first and third in the Midlands Grand National confirming form almost to the ounce. Young Kenny